It's the month of February, and I know you all have been looking forward to this particular month, especially with the way January was just taking its time to work down here. So it's the month of February, and I know you all have been expecting and looking forward to this month just because of one particular day, and that is the 14th of February. However, I think some people call this the month of love. I don't know who declared it, but for some reason, all of us here on earth have agreed that today or this month is the month of love. Personally, I believe that love is every day, love is everywhere, love is you, love is me. But then, 14th of February, so thanks to St. Valentine's, some people are going to be having it hot love on the 14th, receiving gifts and sending gifts. And then there are those who may not be getting any gifts, may not be going out, would use that day to choke themselves with work because they don't want to be peppered. They're going to avoid social media. They're going to be crying and asking God, why me? Am I cursed like Betty? And I said that to talk about the movie I'm going to be discussing today on Between the Rails with Mildred Simi Gang. And this is a story for today, Betty's Bad Luck in Love. It's a 2024 movie, and I picked the movie because of the title. And I thought, what better way? Because I kind of predicted the end of the story, and they actually met my expectation. Right now, it's not my regular kind of story, and I always put a disclaimer out here to say I'm not an expert of relationship. However, it's between the reels, and we pick life lessons from movies and reels and videos. Yeah. So this particular movie, I'm going to be talking just a few things, just a few things. So bear with me. Just stay with me. Just stay with me. Just let me just have your attention. Please let me have your attention. Okay. So, whether you're in love, whether you're expecting 14th February or not, just let me have your attention because it might not just be in the area of relationship that you need to hear this. So, Betty believed all her life that she was cursed. She was cursed by her friend in high school who believed that Betty snatched a guy, her boyfriend, the boy she was interested in. And this friend is believed to be a kind of spiritualist. The believed, for whatsoever reason, Betty believed that the girl cursed her, and the curse was real because the girl told her that you took my boyfriend, therefore I curse you, and you're never ever going to enjoy your love life. 20 years down the line, Betty believes that she is cursed and she would never enjoy her relationships. So she's had one relationship or the other, which she's had to break up with the person just when the relationship was getting hot and serious right now. So, her friend in high school who had encouraged her to go meet up this boy called Bobby, that landed her in this big trouble that she's in right now, is getting married, and so they're planning the wedding. And by this time, Betty is successful. She's a successful risk management expert now. Risk management, imagine. So all her life is all full of negativity. All this negativity is in her head. And it makes her very good at her job. She's always looking for the risks. So what's going to most likely going to happen? What's going to happen? Blah, 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 all that. But that's not the point for today. The point here is that Betty could not enjoy any form of intimate relationship. By now, she probably could have been married. We don't know. But then she would suddenly break up with the guy because if anything bad happens to him, she believes it is her fault. Now, this is because someone told her that she's cursed. I did a podcast, I think last year or 2 years ago, about who said it. It's called Who Said It. And I think I want to write something about that because, when someone says something to you, you believe it, right? And it depends on who says it. Now, as for me, I'm at a point where if God did not say it, any man who says it, really, it doesn't, hold water for my mouth. Hold water. It's not that serious for me. But that's not to say that I take people's words for granted. I'm saying that if somebody calls you what you're not and you believe it, then it's your problem. Betty was cursed and she believed that she was cursed. And Down the line, she meets this wonderful guy who is an adventurer and a photographer, a nature photographer. You know what that means? It means that the guy, he does a lot of risky things, right? So Betty likes him, he likes her, and then she's becoming overly protective. She wants to make sure he's fine, something bad doesn't happen to him because she believes she's cursed. And down the line, it affects their relationship. She starts to look for Eleni, the girl who cursed her, to ask her to please reverse the curse. Eventually gets duped, pays $150 for just this astrologist, is that the word? And then she tells her, oh, I'm going to reverse the curse, don't worry, and all that. But still something bad happens, and she just goes, oh my God, what do I do? But eventually she finds out that she was not cursed, because she meets Elena. She's like, please reverse the curse, I beg you. And Elena is saying, I did not curse you. I just said it. We're kids. I just wanted to make you feel bad. I just wanted to intimidate you. She's like, I've believed for 20 years that I'm cursed. I know it's common in polygamous families. You have a stepmother or a stepbrother say you would never succeed, or you come, maybe one village person said you will meet me, you will look for me, you will never succeed. Stuff like that. We've heard stories like that. Nollywood has even helped us amplify that. So you probably believe that is it. And there are many people walking around today who believe things that are not true about themselves.
What you mean? Please, just take the curse away. I'm drawing a blank. Bobby Grimwood. You cursed my love life.
I cursed you? About someone named Bobby? Oh, maybe I remember. Oh, but that was just some silly thing I made up. I mean, what do I know about curses?
Are you that person who believes that something is wrong with you, whereas there's nothing wrong with you? You believe that someone has cursed you. I'm not talking at you. This is something that I've experienced in many ways. Recently, I've been doing a lot of offloading stuff from my mind, offloading, and building my mind with positive stuff. And they're not just positive stuff or wishful thinking, they're the truth for me as a believer in Christ, of the word of God said concerning me. So if you're like Betty, who believes that she's cursed by her high school friend, and she's lived for 20 beautiful years afraid. Now that's the word, fear. Afraid that she can never have a good relationship. And it showed in everything she did. Even in this particular relationship with this guy called Alex, she almost ruined it, because he invites her for camp to go camping, and she says no. Then she goes with him in the name of trying to protect him so that something bad doesn't happen. It freaks him out. Like, are you stalking me? You said we can't be together, now you're stalking me and all that. The thing is that fear makes you do stupid things. Fear makes you lose opportunities. Fear makes you look, I'm not telling you something that is far-fetched, right? It's affected me. This kind of things I've believed because someone said something. I had a relative who called me wicked one time, and I became very sensitive to the word, that I wanted to be a good person so bad that I didn't want to be perceived as a wicked person, right? And sometimes you become too conscious of these things, you begin to do the opposite. You begin to do really that thing that makes you that person. So you're afraid of relationship, perhaps. Remember I said some people may not be receiving Valentine gifts this year from that special somebody. Not because they're not good enough, not because they're not good looking, or because of, no, but it's just probably because they just think that they have bad luck in love, and they can't just date anybody. Every time I've dated somebody and something bad happens, or you believe they're not beautiful enough, someone told them you're ugly, or you're fat, or you're too short, or you're this and you're that, and the girl believes that, oh, nobody can ever love me, or the boy believes that the girl told him something bad, or the mother said you will never find somebody who will love you, and they believed all these things all your life. It's probably you I'm talking to. I had this bad relationship, very bad. If you hear the story, you would know that I should never have been in that relationship in the first place. What was I even looking for? Bad story. We'll talk about it one day. And this guy or this person, something bad happens to him, and he tells me that or he told me, it's in the past, he told me that ever since I came into his life, bad things have been happening to him. I couldn't say anything because I'm thinking, how? Before I came into your life, has nothing bad ever happened to you? And for some reason, it kind of affected me that period, because it almost happened that almost every time I was with anybody, now I'm not talking about intimate relationship now, I'm talking about generally relationship, workplace, everything. If anything bad happened to anyone, I was afraid and felt like probably that was my fault. And that is how Betty had lived her life. She always felt like something bad would happen. And with this guy, something bad happened to him eventually, but it had nothing to do with her. Her friend who is preparing to get married had bad incidences along the line, and somehow she could have also believed that because Betty is her life, she has bad luck or something. But her fiance kept telling her, look, bad things happen. Sometimes we don't have control over the situations, I think one of the incidences was that one of the properties Betty's company was managing caught fire, and she felt bad because she felt she could have calculated the risks carefully. And the man says, the boss, and she's feeling bad and telling her boss, I'm sorry, it is all my fault. This couldn't have happened. And the boss says, hey, Betty, that's not your fault. Sometimes these things happen. You can't control it. Now, we always want to be in control. That's what fear makes you. Fear what makes you want to be in control. I was in an accident in 2021, and for the best of my life in 2022 rather, a year later, I became traumatized. I didn't even realize. So in January 2021, by January 2022, the trauma came hard on me. I was basically a drama queen when I was in a vehicle. I would rather fly than drive than be in a moving vehicle. I would press the brakes. I would have my taxi driver tell me, oh, madam, just go sit in the back. There's this boat driver. I remember this time somewhere in Guarimpa, just under the bridge. We just going, and this guy was driving whatever. And I love to sit in front, and the guy just said, madam, just go to the back. Just stop pressing the brakes. And I did that over and over again, and I realized that I was really traumatized. It's the thing that fear can do. You want to be in control. It makes you want to be in control, but you can't be in control of everything.
You apologize.
Why? You're not responsible.
No, I should have had a contingency. I should have seen the possibility of this happening. I know that we work the numbers and consider all the angles, but...
Eddie, you can't plan for everything. There's always some calculated risk. It's all right.
If I had this fear of the people I love getting hurt, I think it was just a fear that I would get hurt.
Betty.
But I gotta stop blaming some imaginary curse. Something I thought I had to live with, but it's not real.
So what is that thing that you're afraid of? What is that thing that you think someone has said, or that incident that has happened? Perhaps it's time for you to sit down with yourself and have an honest conversation. Tell yourself, really, there's nothing wrong with me. If you check it well, nothing is wrong with you. Even that your auntie in the village that you think cursed you, she doesn't have that power to curse you. These things are real. I'm not saying they're not real. They happen. But especially if you're a child of God. Yeah, look, please, let's stop it. Okay? So let's just sit down and just have a conversation with yourself. It may not be about relationships, right? I've shared different incidences that I've had experience personally in my life. So whether you're a guy or a lady, I want you to know that you're loved. And I would like to say I love you. I probably don't know you, but I think I would like you when I meet you. Okay, I would like you. I really want to love people. Some people are very horrible. Some people make it hard to be loved. Like Betty probably would make it very hard to be loved. But sometimes if you see beyond it, you will see that people are struggling with a lot. And that makes them want to just run away from love. So perhaps you're listening and you're thinking it's perhaps time for me to love someone. It's about time for me to be committed in a relationship. Trust me, it won't be like the last time. It will be different. And if it goes bad, so what? You try again. So this is me on Between the Reels saying you do not have bad luck in love. Betty never had bad luck in love. She just believed a lie. So stop believing lies between the Real Sweet Mildred Simi gang, and I want you to enjoy February. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, whether you have gifts coming in or not. And if no one is, if you don't have that special somebody, why don't you be somebody's special somebody? Send someone a gift. You can send me a gift. If you need a gift, I could send you a gift. Find someone and love them up. You're the best. Bye.